I'm here in DC. It's the end of what's been a really tough week. We started the week on Sunday when we woke up to the horrible news about what happened down in Orlando. And as a mom and a policymaker and a friend to many in the LGBT community, I was just devastated as I watched the news, and then the story kept getting worse, and started out at 20 and then up to 49 and all the people in the hospital. And I began to put the list together in my mind and remember what happened at Sandy Hook and back to Thurston, and then there was Umpqua Community College and Aurora, Columbine, and the list keeps getting longer and longer. And it's incredibly frustrating as a policymaker to know that there are things that we can do and should be doing to make our communities safer. Safer for people in Oregon and across the country. And this week, after Orlando, just like after Umpqua and other horrific killings, I've received hundreds of phone calls and emails from constituents who share my concern, not just about what happened, but what's next. I want my family, I want families in Oregon and people I represent and people across the country to be able to go to a shopping mall or to a movie theater, send their kids to school, go to a bar, a club, without being afraid of what's going to happen to them. Yesterday, I walked over to the Senate and sat on the Senate floor where Senator Murphy was leading a long, I think somewhere between 14 and 15-hour filibuster to call attention to these issues. And our own senators, Senator Wyden and Senator Merkley spoke, many other senators spoke about why we need to take action. Now, when something like this happens, we have on the House floor, we have a moment of silence, and then people just go about their business. That's just unacceptable. And my constituents know that, and here's some of the things that they've said just in the last couple of days. Somebody from Newburgh said, "I'm really sad because these headlines don't surprise me anymore." Somebody from Northwest Portland said, "This fear does not make me a recluse, but it does put me on edge while I go about my daily life." Here's something from somebody in Beaverton. She said, "I recognize this is a time to grieve and to love our beautiful queer and trans, but it's also a time for our policymakers to take action. I sit here crying as I think about how this could have been me. This could have been my loved ones. I don't know what I can do. I'm at a loss." Somebody from Warrenton over on the coast said nobody should be shot for who they are, who they love, or because they were in the wrong place at the wrong time. America's lack of any real action against gun violence both terrifies and disgusts me. Somebody from Tigard wrote, "I'm so frustrated and scared that it's only coincidence that I don't yet know anyone who's been murdered by a gun in our country, because really, it only seems like a matter of time. Assault rifles are designed specifically for killing people. I fail to see why they're not on a list of plenty of other things in this country that have proven time and time again to kill people." And here's one from an 18-year-old. "Thoughts and prayers are kind, but they cannot stop a bullet. They did not save the students at Virginia Tech, the children at Sandy Hook, the people dancing at Pulse. Something has to be done. Thoughts and prayers are not enough." And that's just a sample of the hundreds of messages that I got from my constituents, and I agree with them. Thoughts and prayers are not enough. I've sponsored many pieces of legislation for things as simple as removing the prohibition on letting the Center for Disease Control do research about how we can prevent gun violence, and recently co-sponsoring a bill to increase the tax on ammunition. There's so many things that we can do, closing the background check loophole. We can do things that still respect the Second Amendment and keep our constituents and our country much safer. So it's time for Congress to take action. It's actually past time for Congress to take action. And I know I join many other members saying enough is enough. And I stand with them. I stand with the people of Orlando, the people of Thurston, the people of Umpqua Community College, the parents at Sandy Hook. It's time. We've had enough. Thank you.